Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we have a update on our F56 project, the Cooper S, and it's probably to say goodbye to the car. We've had the car for 2 years now. We had it in stock form, and if you've been following the channel, you know that we've basically done almost everything we can to it up to a certain level. If you haven't, we'll put a link to the playlist for this car so you can see the individual videos on the modifications on the car. I'm going to start with what the car was like in standard form, and it's actually a lot of fun. It makes about 190 horsepower, which is not bad for a small platform like this, but you could always feel that it was being held back a little bit. And this car has the 2-litre turbo engine, the B48, and 190 horsepower is not a massive amount of power from a 2-litre turbo, as you know, by modern standards. So the first thing we did was the stage 1 tune, which took the car to around 280 horsepower, and from there we did the suspension with the Bilstein B16, the E-Venturi intake, which sounds absolutely amazing, and that bumped the power up to around 300 horsepower. Now you have to remember, this car still has a stock cat in it. We have the Super Sprint exhaust, but that's more for sound than it is for power. And at 300 horsepower, it's a lot of fun. What we found was it became very difficult to put the power down. The car had a lot of torque to it, and the guys at WaveTrack provided us with their limited slip differential, which there's actually a really good video for. We'll put the link to that so you can watch it. And for me, that was probably the best modification that we did. Sorry, there's some birds crossing the road, partridges or something. The best modification we did on this car in terms of enjoyment, it really transformed the car. Where the car on uneven surfaces would want to dart left or right, it literally just goes in a straight line, and it makes the car an absolute hoot to drive. Wheel-wise, we changed the stock 17s to a set of 18-inch forged 660 design, and we took the opportunity to ditch the standard Pirellis that come with the car, which are not really a performance tyre, and we changed them for the Pilot Sport 4S's, which are a really good tyre. We run them on majority of our cars. So for me, this car was a daily car. I kind of drove it more daily than anything else because it's cheap on fuel, it's easy to park, and I only do like 3 or 4 miles a day, so it was just sort of the most convenient car to drive in. We went for a manual in this as well because the rest of the cars are DCT, so just to keep me fresh on driving one, and it's actually quite fun to do that in a car like this. I have taken it on a couple of long trips, so we took it to Scotland where we did the NC 500, which was amazing. The car was a lot of fun on those roads. It was a really epic trick. If you haven't done the NC 500, I really recommend it. Scotland's a beautiful country as well. The scenery, the roads, everything. It was a really great trip. And we also took the car to Essen Motor Show because it was on display on E-Venturi stand. Matt drove it over there, and I drove the F90. And it's a small car with a short wheelbase, but you don't get tired in long journeys on it. It actually handles itself pretty well. The standard car, in terms of build quality and everything, it's really good. I think they're actually really good value for money now. We bought this for around 14,500, I think, 2 years ago, and I was looking around at pricing because obviously we're going to get ready to sell it, and the standard car is 12,500, which is not bad for a small fun car that's built so well. The interior they do really well. The only thing I don't like about the interior is the iDrive system. It's the wrong way around compared to the BMW, so I'm so used to BMW, I jump in this and think it should be the right way around, which it should be considering it's BMW family, but the dial actually does the opposite thing, which always takes me a little while to get used to. But in terms of the mods we've done, we've completely transformed the car. It is a lot of fun in standard form, but we've just taken it to a different level. We've added like 110 horsepower, about 150 foot-pound of torque, and as I mentioned, the diff really just does transform it. I've driven a diff on a standard F56, and it really does change the way the car drives. It becomes a lot more fun. You're probably wondering why we're selling the car if we like it so much, and I personally like it a lot and driving it. It's because obviously we have quite a few project cars, and unfortunately I can't keep them all, and it is time to move on to something new. We have a few ideas of what that might be, but we're gonna have a little debate about it, see which way is the best way to go in my team, and then we'll decide what to get. And of course we will announce that on the channel as soon as we've made that decision. We have a couple of choices, so we'll see which way we go. I love the sounds that this car makes as well. The Superstring exhaust tone is just about right with the stock cat. It's deep and it resonates as you go up the RPM range. This car already has overrun programmed into it on sport mode, so the pops are much more pronounced, and the intake just makes all kinds of funky noises. You hear the intake roar, you hear the wastegate flutter when you let go of the accelerator. It adds a lot of personality to the car, and I think that's what the Mini is. They have a lot of personality, and everyone who drives this car falls in love with it. Cosmetically, we did small changes. So apart from the wheels, my good friend Ish at Cotro Coachworks color coded the arches for us, and then did the orange accents to match the wheels on the S's. And those little touches do transform the look of the car, because the car is relatively well priced, so it's not color coded from the factory. It's got like plastic trims and arches, and painting them just makes the car look just that a little bit more expensive. And the thing with the Mini as well is the badge kind of transcends lots of different classes, and you know, you can drive it every day to work, and you can go into central London, which I did quite a lot of times, and park it almost anywhere, and it kind of fits in. Unfortunately, I didn't get to drive this one on track. It just never happened. So the brakes are actually the stock road brakes, which handle this much power pretty well. Even in Scotland, when I was driving quite hard on the NC500, we didn't get any brake fade. But if we'd gone onto the track, then I would have definitely changed those. The other thing I wanted to mention just while I'm driving the car is it's just reminding me, the gear change in the Mini is actually really nice. In a normal BMW, the manuals not really a big fan of, but the Mini's got very nice direct shift, and it's fairly short as well. I'm sure that could be improved with the shifter, but out of the box, it's actually very enjoyable to drive. There's so much traction with the diff, it's unreal. I think anyone who's tuned one of these, even stage 1, you probably understand what the torque steer is like. A diff completely gets rid of that. The guys at Wavetrack done a great job of it. My favorite modification so far. I mean, the power's great, the handling's also great, but this really ties both of them together. I don't think this car could be more fun, but it is. So that's it for the F56 project. I hope you guys have enjoyed following the project as much as we've done building it, and I've enjoyed actually driving it. As much as I love the M2 and M3, this car on B roads was a lot of fun to drive. We did some epic road trips to it in Scotland, and it also represented us at shows like the Essen Motor Show. So the reason for selling this car now is that we want to actually get a new project for the channel. So we're interested to hear your thoughts about what you think we should get. Budget's around 15 to 20k. What do you guys think will be a good car for the channel that we can basically start right from the beginning and make a project going all the way from standard to fairly modified? We are going to try and sell the car as it is. So if you guys are interested, just drop us a note and let us know. If not, we will be stripping the car kind of back to standard spec and selling the modifications off there. So we'll put a link at the YouTube video so you can drop us a message if you're interested. But for now, it's been emotional. It's time to wave goodbye to this car and look forward to seeing what we get next. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you'd like to watch more of this project, you can do so over here. If you'd like to watch what YouTube suggests you might like from our other videos, you can watch that over here. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comment section and we'll do our best to answer them for you.